that is thinking about migrating to another country, I know there are so many options there. Of course, there is China, there is Japan, there is US, UK, and all that. But have you thought about migrating to Australia? Think about it. My name is Ike Chukwalo and I'm a PhD student in Australia. I've been living in Australia for almost 2 years now. And in this video, I want to tell you why you should migrate to Australia. If you want to find out the reasons which I share based on my personal experiences, then sit back and enjoy. Now, the first reason why I will give you to migrate to Australia is because of the excellent healthcare system. Yes, I know since coming here, I haven't really been very sick for me to start visiting the hospitals, but that didn't stop me from having insurance. I mean, before you come to Australia, you must have a health insurance package that covers you. If you're coming with your family, you have to have that covers the family. But the point I'm trying to make is that I haven't really had the opportunity of going to so many hospitals, but I have had the opportunity of taking my friend who was pregnant at the time to give birth in the hospital. And I saw the attention, I saw the organization, I saw the way the system works. I mean, it's just so funny that everything was already planned, everything was already prepared. When she was in labor, I took her to the hospital. So they just took her in. Like once I got to the hospital, we filled her stuff. There was a little form they gave and they understood, okay, this person has registered with us. They just took care of her. They put her in this kind of wheel. I don't know if I should call it a wheelchair, but they just put her there. They took care of her. After giving birth, she stayed there for like, I think 2 days or so, and they fed her, they took care of the baby, they did everything. It was just so amazing. I haven't really had the opportunity to go there. Maybe I haven't really been very sick for me to have care from them. But from what I saw, I know that Australia has a very, very good healthcare system. I'm sure this might be true for many other countries, but I'm just talking based on the experience I have here. And for sure, it's something you would love if you will come to Australia. The second is strong economy and job opportunities. For those of you who are following the forex markets, you know that the Australian currency is actually doing well, and Australia has a very, very strong economy, to be honest with you. And they also have so many natural resources. They do a lot of exports and stuff. But the one that really concerns us is the job opportunity. There are so many countries that, yes, they have a very good economy and all that, but to get jobs there is very difficult. But it is not the case in Australia. If you are qualified for any type of job, but let me just say it this way: if you have a degree from maybe a university in Australia or New Zealand or US or UK or any of these first world countries, getting a job in Australia is not difficult. Yeah, you might struggle maybe just to start out your application for some few days or weeks, as the case might be, and also depending on the field. If you are someone who is in the arts and social sciences, it might be a little bit difficult to get a job, but not very difficult. But if you are in the STEM, I am very, very sure that getting a job in Australia is easier because there are just so many opportunities. The place is a continent, so sometimes I even wonder how many people does this place even need to do. Typical example of people from Mexico always going to the US, So the same thing happens here, but not like what you have in US. I'm just trying to give you an example. But the point I'm trying to make is that there is so much job opportunities here, and also the economy is very strong. Another one I want to talk about is the work-life balance. This is something that I really, really enjoy in Australia. Since COVID, there has been this hybrid working system where you come to the office maybe 2 days out of 1 week, or even 1 day out of 1 week, and then the remaining days of the week you work from home. But the main point here is that you have that liberty to actually balance your work with your life. You are not under so much intense pressure as you have in some other countries where once you get a job, you're expected to be there by 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning and do this and do this and do this. In some countries it's very, very hard to work there. But that is not the case with Australia. In Australia, once you get a job, it is very, very possible for you to even work from home most times. But what they want is results. You have to be productive. You can't just say you are working from home and then you spend most of the time sleeping. Yeah, I do that sometimes. But the point I'm just trying to make is that there is a strong work-life balance, and it's very, very good for you to maybe work on yourself or maybe tend to your mental health. So much good. I mean, it's one of the things I really, really love about living in Australia. Another great reason is the natural beauty, the weather, and then the wildlife. Australia is so beautiful. I haven't really had the opportunity to start traveling to everywhere, going to Sydney, Canberra, and all that. But from the little I've seen going around Queensland once in a while, I can tell you the place is beautiful. It's very, very well planned, the gardens, the fields, it's just so stunning. And then when you talk of the weather, this is one of the things I really love about this place, because the weather is not very hot and it's also not very cold like you find in some other countries. The weather is just so perfect. It is just like the weather in Nigeria, you know. But one thing I don't really like is that in the morning around maybe 5:30 a.m. day starts to break. So if if like someone like me, once this day starts breaking and maybe I wake up mistakenly to maybe ease myself or do something else, and my eye hits that daybreak or sunlight or whatever, it's hard for me to sleep again. Whereas in Nigeria, once it's 5:30 or even 5 o'clock, I mean everywhere is still dark, sometimes even till 6 or even 6:30. But here 5:30, sometimes even 5 o'clock, everywhere is, light, daylight and all that. So that's one thing that, sometimes it annoys me a little, but it's not a big deal. The weather is still great. And then when it comes to the wildlife, there are just so many animals to see. In fact, until I came here, I hadn't seen things like these koalas. And there is a kind of lizard that we usually see here. I don't know, it looks like an alligator, but it's a lizard, just so weird. So many different animals I didn't even know they existed. When I came here, I started seeing them, and it's like just like normal stuff. So they have many zoos where you can just go around and see. The last time we went to the zoo, we saw like tigers and monkeys and elephant, giraffe. What didn't we see? Cheetah, everything. So here they are very, very big on wildlife, and the thing is that they actually protect this wildlife. They protect it at all costs. There was a time I was driving, and then the car in front of me, he stopped all of a sudden. I was like, why are you stopping? There is nothing, because I wasn't seeing what he was seeing. What happened was that he was actually seeing a koala, and the koala was trying to cross the road. You know how they are slow, they are very slow. We had to wait. The cars coming behind me, they had to wait. We all stayed in line waiting for the koala to cross the road. I mean, it was so nice seeing it. And then the koala crossed, and then we started moving. The point I'm just trying to make is that Australia is very big on wildlife, so they don't appreciate maybe being brutal to animals or maybe killing animals and stuff. It's really not allowed, and it's not nice. So another thing I want to talk about is the security. Australia is a very secured country. The stories we hear about insecurity in so many advanced countries, not here. About maybe gun violence. I mean, once or twice you might hear about a petty crime that someone maybe stole something, but it's very rare to hear those things. Most times when you leave your stuff somewhere and you just leave, you can come back and still see that stuff. But I'm not advising you to do that. What I'm trying to make is that it's very safe. It's a very safe country. Sometimes crime happens. That's why you have to protect yourself at all times. You have to be careful with your belongings. You have to know how to move. But the thing is that generally the country is safe, and that makes it a very, very great country. So if you are considering traveling abroad, you're considering countries where you might want to live in, or where you might want to relocate to with your family, I mean, you should consider Australia, because in Australia there is also this kind of family system they have. It's a place where you find many family people, and many people are actually family oriented. They take care of their families and stuff. So it's a very great place to raise children. I won't even lie. Australia is very great. So you've been thinking about going to China, you've been thinking about going to Japan, South Korea, US. I know these countries are all great, but I want you to put Australia in your list, because if you come to Australia, you will never regret it. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with me. Please, I want you to like my video and subscribe to my channel. My channel hasn't been doing well for a very long time, and I'm counting on your support to help me grow again. Yeah, I hope you do. You like my video and subscribe, and I'm gonna see you guys next week. Thank you.